What's up, YouTube family? How y'all doing? This subject that I want to talk about, of course, stuff that I think about is not rehearsed. Pretty much just questions that come upon me as I, you know, surf within the dimensions. You know what I'm saying? And as you know, that we are vessels for spirit realm to come through and to share information and knowledge and wisdom. Since we all are spirits, they come in, periodically, spontaneously to really, give us information or give us answers, while we're on this side, as spirit beings, right? So, as you all know, that it's much more deeper, the happenstance and stuff that's going over here than what we have been taught or course to believe, right? So, I want to come on here and share, some information that I have or knowledge that I have. If this is not the end all be all to the subject, I put it out there so people can think, just a little deeper about things. So it's two things that cross my mind to talk about. But in this video, I'm gonna talk about death. Okay. Now I know this is a subject a lot of people don't like to talk about, but as the observer sitting high and looking low, I have a better understanding, or at least my thought process goes in a higher dimension, so that way I can articulate things better, or to not deal with them or struggle with them as other humans do. And the question that I have is, okay, first of all, I'm kind of uptight, all right, because it's different for me talking to somebody standing in my face than on this camera, right? Because I got feedback, right? Got different kind of pivot points of the conversation that they say something and you get the bounce off of. But I'm going to do the best I can. Shit, I'm going to do great, all right? So here it go. So picture this, okay? You got all these people dying, right? And at this time in our timelines, it's more rapidly, right? And so you might have noticed that a lot of people are passing away around you. So as I go within and I think about, all that's going on, my spirit told me this: as you sit high and look low, think about it like this. If we have contracts that we sign, okay, to live, to die, to marry, to be in relationship with mom, dad, you choose all of this in your contract, right? Even your family members or the people that you are in alignment with, you guys also sign contracts and say, hey, we're going to do XYZ when we hit, lower 3D earth. All right. So, the whole mission is that you come from God. You do the whole 360 and you return back to God, right? So that's one of two things. Either when you leave this earth realm, you go to a higher dimension that requires you to have accomplished whatever you need to have accomplished on planet Earth. Or two, you pretty much just learn whatever you need to learn to become a higher spirit, okay? So as I was thinking about it, I was like, man, so if we sign contracts and we say, that's going to be my mom, that's my dad, then my sister, my brothers. In life, I'm going to be contacted with this soulmate. We're going to meet back up. You hear me, soulmate? We're going to get back together on the timeline at this date or whatever it may be. Or at least we're going to try, right? And so the lessons that we learn here is more of the choices that we make, right? So you find somebody dying, right? And they die tragically. Through the different ways that people die, and they sleep, shot, drowned, different things of that nature, okay? You got all types of ways. I don't know how many ways it is to die, okay? Is that in your contract? The reason why I bring this up is because as the observer, my emotions and my feelings are not connected to human experiences to where I am still there. I've sent it way past the human thought or era of being fallen into the matrix. You get what I'm saying? So I'm able to pull myself out. Not that I'm not living this human experience where I have to go through human things, but I have a choice if I want to or not, okay? So, just like you. But anyway, so I said, wow, okay, you got the people dying, they get shot, you know what I'm saying? They get ran over, car accidents, ran over by a car, all types of things, right? So I was like, man, it has to be in the contract. It really has to be in the contract. So that means that you, me, everyone signs up for how they're going to die. Now, looking at it in the human 3D type of perspective, you would think like, man, they died like this or they died like that, got shot, you know what I'm saying? They got ran over in a car accident. I never seen them again. You know what I'm saying? You think about it, you like, man, that's tragic. I don't want to die like that. But as you take a higher perspective of it, maybe they signed up to go like that. Because when you look at it, the main point of all of us dying is that we come out of the body and get to the other side. Maybe how you die is going to be, it ain't going to be, it is in your contract. Contractually, that's how you're going to die. Now, from a human perspective, it looked like some tragic, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, they shouldn't have died, you know what I'm saying, like that, they shouldn't have did like that. But how do we know, you know what I'm saying, unless you go back in your Cosmic records, unless you get, you know, some type of spiritual encounter where they tell you how you're going to die, which no one wants to know when that day or time comes. So unless you go back and you get that type of information that, you know, in your contract that's recorded, you don't know, right? So no one wants to know how they're going to die. So you got people who die peacefully in their sleep, old age, different things of that nature. Now, along with me understanding that the possible way to get out of here, you have to die. No matter how it's going to be. It may look tragic on the 3D because all we believe in is living on this side, right? That's what we try to grasp. That's what we try to take hold of, and we try to make longevity with living. But we all know that we all have to die to get back to the other side. Now, when it comes to that perspective, I look at it in a different way too. Now, don't get me wrong. I may be wrong and I may be right, but I'm just giving you another way to look at it to help you with your human experience. So, if that's not the case, then okay, so you came here. You came here to planet Earth because you got Mama Universe, Mother Universe. You got Father Spirit, which dwells inside of you. You got Sun that's in the sky that feeds us knowledge and information, wisdom, whatever you want to call it. Then you got Daughter Earth. So, along with all these perspectives that you can have, another perspective is, did we come here to live a peaceful, pleasant life? Being creative, being optimistic, no doubt, fun, you know, very enjoyable. And being that it may, because we don't know that we came down here purposely to do a job, or we came down here contractively to do XYZ, or we came down here to live a good life. And what happens is this existence got into the wrong hands. Okay? Now, when I say the wrong hands, I'm going to say two things. One is this earth realm was never supposed to be. Through a catalyst situation, it came to be. Now, when that example comes, I further say that we were trapped here, okay? Meaning in that you have a light within you, okay? And what happens is when you were tricked or manipulated, you know, whatever this choice was or opposition that was handed to you to come here, this light of the universe, the world, became bigger to you and shine brighter to you than your light in the inside. So you start living as humans outside of yourself. The whole goal about that is to, once you've been through your lessons and went through this shit out here, you don't want to do this no more. Instead of dying, you go inward and you strengthen your light inward and you bring out your light, dimming this light out here. That's destroying the matrix. I don't hope they don't flag me or whatever. But anyway, that is pretty much being bigger than what's on the outside of you. And you all heard that. You know what I'm saying? You are your own universe. You are bigger than this one universe, this one way of existing. Okay, we multidimensional beings. Two perspective I got with this was, if you were not trapped here, If you were not manipulated to come here to live an outside life, where you came from was an inner life as God, creating from inside out, okay? You came here to learn these lessons, to learn how to create from inside out, to bring out your purpose, bring out your blueprint that came along with your contract, so that you can change what's all this dynamic going on this earth realm. The other one was, you were supposed to come here. If this earth was supposed to be here, if it was supposed to be an experience that humans or us as beings, okay, on 3D realm, were here to experience this in love and light and happiness and live forever and, you know what I'm saying, just enjoy this daughter earth, then that means it got into the wrong hands, okay? Whatever magic, what are you, condoldrum? Condoldrum, is that a word? Anyway, it got into the wrong hands, and those that knew how to manipulate this earth dimension had you come through it and manipulate you, distract you, all that type of stuff from what's on inside of you from that contract, that blueprint, and taught you another way of living. So then all of a sudden the dynamic is you done forgot what you came here to do, and you have to go through all of this stuff or whatever, and you know you weren't supposed to. So that brings upon dying in a way of getting shot by, you know what I'm saying, the law, or, you know what I'm saying, stabbed, whatever it may be. Now, if I look at it that way, if you look at it that way, through somebody dying because they got shot, you know what I'm saying, some unlawful type way, you know what I'm saying, just riding down the street, you know what I'm saying, the wrong, you know what I'm saying, wrong place at the wrong time, you know what I'm saying, being a innocent bystander, you know what I'm saying, whatever kind of situation that you would deem that person didn't deserve to die like that. If that's the case, then of course, without a shadow of a doubt, I believe that you have a contract, and you supposed to do, you know, XYZ here on earth, but somebody else put another template in your way, or put another, you know what I'm saying, change the matrix system. And now you're getting attacked, or you're dying in a malicious way that you didn't sign up for. That's another way of looking at it. Now, in a totality, me being an observer, I look at it in a third perspective, with my third eye. Like, I could be wrong, but this is my perspective. Regardless if you shot by the police, regardless if you die in a house fire, you know what I'm saying, put on by somebody else, what about those deaths of people drowning, putting their hands in sockets, or being shocked, falling off a ladder, all things that people die in single ways without anybody's help? Is there a difference between somebody dying, you know what I'm saying, through their own natural, you know, way of doing things, drowning, falling asleep, you know, having a heart attack in their sleep, I don't know, all types of ways. I'm talking about, you know, just nobody around, one car accident, shit like that. Is there a difference between those way of dying, or police, or somebody stabbing somebody, or somebody, you know what I'm saying, doing something, you know, two people involved in it? Is there a difference? The point to me is that you got out of here. You signed up. Now, I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. So, you know what I'm saying, I love feedback on what I'm talking about. But all them perspectives I brought out leads me to one, myself. That you signed the contract and you said, I'm going to die. I'm going to go through this earth realm, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to ascend back to where I'm going to descend so I can ascend. Is there a difference? I'm asking you this. Is there a difference between dying, you know, just in your sleep, or drowning because you didn't know how to swim, or from somebody else stabbing you, or choking you, or whatever it may be? Is there a difference? Or is the main course, or the main subject, that you died? And the only way to leave this earth realm is you die. Nobody leaves this earth realm without dying some kind of way, whether it be tragic or natural. Is that in the contract that you signed up for? Now, with those questions, as I further think, you know what I'm saying, meditate on, and I said, wow, if you come here And you know how this earth realm is. It's all types of ways that you know that you love, okay? You love because your mom and dad got together. They made love. They made you. You love and you come here. The Matrix or the powers that be, whoever, have you thinking that you supposed to love everything outside of you. They give you things to love because you don't know that the total object of the situation is that you love from inside out. You give love because what you give, you get back. But because we manipulated and distracted from that very starting point, you manipulated to love things outside of you. Okay? And then what love you don't have for yourself, you put them in material things for your, and try to assess your value or, you know, worth or whatever it may be. Now, if that be the case, then we all come here to make a difference. If you know the earth realm is like this and you don't want it to be, you know that you the only loving thing. Everything around you hard. You the only soft thing. You and animals. The only soft thing, natural thing that God has made. So if that be the case, then wouldn't it be correct when I say that however you die, you signed up for